these past 2 weeks. They only had 2 weeks to put on the show. They're very excited to show you what they've been working on. There are going to be some audience interaction moments during the play. Our stage managers are going to be appearing in this area over here, and they're going to be holding up some signs, so if you could just respond if like an ooh or an ah or an uh-oh comes up, just feel free to participate. That will definitely help the energy of the show. The kids will be really excited to participate. Yeah, so I'll leave it to them. All right, here we go.
Welcome to the play. No. The principal's new clothes. So then, the principal's new clothes. Mrs. Bundy is the principal of PSAD. She's also the sharpest dresser in town. Her students never miss a day at school. They like to see what she is wearing.
Looking good, Mrs. B.
They always say. Mrs. Bundy has so many clothes. She can go a whole month and not wear the same clothes twice. Sometimes she even changes at lunch just to show off. One day, a man and woman who said they were tailors called on Mrs. Bundy. Their card said,
We make a suit that will suit you fine.
but they weren't really tailors. They were tricksters.
Greetings, Mrs. B.
Said Mo.
How would you like to buy an amazing one-of-a-kind suit? I have so many suits already.
Said Mrs. Bundy.
But this is an ordinary suit. It has special powers.
Said Mo.
What do you mean?
Asked Mrs. Bundy. Mo looked to his left, then looked to his right, then whispered into Mrs. Bundy's ear.
We make our clothes from special cloth. It is invisible to anybody not through the job, just like soup. So not only will you look great, but you can find out if anyone in your school is stupid or no good at his job. That's amazing!
Cried Mrs. Bundy.
So now you just take off your jacket and lift up your arms. You can take your measurements.
Said Ivy grinning.
And we will also
They mumbled. The next day, Mo and Ivy put up a workshop in the gym. It was not long before the whole school heard about the amazing block and went to see it. Students asked to be excused to get a drink of water, then they ran to the gym to pee. Teachers said they were going next door to borrow chalk, then they ran to the gym too, but no one could see a thing. By the end of the week, Mrs. Bundy began to wonder what her new clothes looked like. But she was also a little worried. What if she could not see far? So she sent their vice principal, Mrs. Moore, to have a look. Mrs. Moore was smart and good at her job. She would have no trouble seeing the clock. Mrs. Moore ran to the gym. She knocked on the door.
I'm here to see Mrs. Bundy's new clothes.
She called over the noise of the wearing machines. A moment later, the door opened a crack and Miss Moore slipped inside.
What do you think? Have you ever seen anything like it?
Asked Mo. Poor Miss Moore, she could not see a thing.
Can it be that I'm stupid or unfit for my job?
She wondered.
I've tried so hard to be a good vice principal.
She took off her glasses, wiped them, and looked again. But it was no use. If Miss Moore told the truth, she might get fired.
It's beautiful. I'll go tell Miss Bundy right away how much I love her new clothes. Oh, Mrs.
Said
Bundy!
Miss Moore.
Your new suit is great.
Miss Moore told Miss Bundy.
I'd love to stay and chat about it, but I'm going to run and make a phone call now. Bye!
She said. She stopped Erica in the hall. Erica was one of the smartest students in the whole school. If she couldn't see the suit, nobody could.
Say, Erica, do me a favor and see how my new suit is coming along.
Said Mrs. Bundy. Erica couldn't believe her ears.
Wow, I'll be the first one to see the principal's new clothes. Wait till the class hears about this.
She said, and she raced off she said.
What does it look like? I can't stop now. Miss Phineas gave a test and I wouldn't want to miss it.
She said. Mrs. Bundy couldn't stand it any longer. She marched.
I'll have to go and see for myself.
She marched down the hall into the gym.
Oh no, how can this be? Am I really no good at my job?
She wondered.
Oh no, the suit well, it's fantastic. I can hardly wait to try it on.
Said Mrs. Bundy. Mrs. Bundy handed Mo and Ivy 2 gold stars to show them how much she liked her new suit.
I'd like to wear the suit to assembly tomorrow, but I guess it won't be ready.
She said she turned to go.
Yes, it will. We'll work all night and bring it to your house in the morning.
Said Mo. That night, Mrs. Bundy drank cold and drafty green. In the morning, Mo and Ivy appeared, holding their empty hands in the air. Mo waiting in the other room while Ivy helped Mrs. Bundy put on her new clothes.
Be careful stepping into the skirt. The cloth is very delicate.
Said Ivy.
Aren't your clothes light? It's like wearing nothing at all, isn't it?
Miss Bundy stared at herself in the mirror. She prayed that the rest of the world was smarter and fitter than she.
Are you coming to the assembly?
Asked Mrs. Bundy.
Thanks, but no thanks. We have a bus to catch, so we can just pay us. Move on, Mom.
On the way to school, Mrs. Bundy's neighbors all raved about the clothes they did not see. After all, they did not want their friends to find out that they are stupid or no good at their jobs. Mrs. Bundy walked into the auditorium. As she walked down the aisle, she heard whispers all around her. Mrs. Bundy thought she might be the only stupid person in town. Suddenly, kindergarten sound called out.
The principal's in her underwear!
That did it! Everyone burst out laughing. The truth had been told. Mrs. Bundy, the teachers and students of all knew they'd been tricked. But none of them had been willing to tell the truth because they were all worried about what others would think of them. Mrs. Bundy stood there on stage, red in the face, knees shaking from the choke, but not for long. The kids and teachers wanted shirts, sweatpants, ties, and caps. Soon Mrs. Bundy had a new suit. Looking good, Mississippi, said the crowd. Mrs. Bundy caught the kindergarten child up on stage, shook her hand, and gave her a gold star.
Thank you for telling the truth, Alice.
She said. Everybody cheered. They knew Mrs. Bundy was smart and good at her job, and they all agreed. Mrs. Bundy was still the sharpest dresser in town!